Hi there, I'm Mark Finch. I work for Tenevos and I run Europe. Tenevos, we're a content intelligence platform and a digital asset management platform, and we started up in 2019, built the dam first, and now have built a content intelligence layer. Today I'm going to be playing the role of a marketing person, and I've been asked to run a campaign for next year's On Dam. And one of the challenges I have is that I've got an existing digital asset management system, and I've got a file system called Box that's got thousands of images in, and I'm really concerned about how I'm going to find some good content and some inspirational content to try and run this campaign, which is based in this lovely cultural hip-hop place of La Place in Paris. Cool, so someone said to me in order to run this campaign and find the correct content, it would be a good idea to connect Glass through to both the dam repository and the Box repository. So I did that about an hour ago, and I've now been presented with these screens. And it's quite interesting, it's quite an engaging user interface. And so as I look through, I can see some categories here across the top. These aren't categories I recognize from my dam, so Glass has actually created these dynamically based on the content it's connected through to. Also the same with collections. As I scroll down, I can see collections here, which again, these collections, great descriptive names with content that's related to those descriptive names. So I'm pretty excited about this, and I see street food here. That's pretty good. I like the fact there's a skater. As I say, I'm trying to create hip-hop content for next year. So I click on street food, fruit, and I come down, and actually I can't see that skater. So it looked like he was from the inner city. So I'm putting in a search, inner city skater, and up comes the content, and there they are. So found that inner city skater. As I click on the details, you can see the metadata here has been pulled through from the dam, and quite interestingly, it's probably quite an old bit of content because there's quite a reasonable description someone's put in that metadata. Quite often our content hasn't got such rich descriptions. But also at the top here we can see an AI generated description which is much richer. What's most interesting is inner city. There's no reference in the metadata or the description to inner city, but we have urban setting here. We've got urban in the metadata. So we're doing a search across the AI caption and the metadata. Also the same for skater. We don't see skater anywhere. We see skateboard in the file name, and we see skateboard in the description. But again, we've associated those words with other words and synonyms. So quite an effective way of doing a really combined natural language search, a semantic search, across both the AI and the metadata. So I like this. I'm going to bookmark this piece of content, and then we've got a similarity search which is hugely powerful. So let's have a look at images that are similar to that one, and these are ordered by relevance, and I can see top left here the most relevant is another similar longboard skater, got some jeans, and it's like, okay, hip hop, I like jeans, so let's try and find some ripped trousers for some more inspiration. And we see a nice image here, some ripped trousers. That looks pretty trendy, so let's bookmark that. But the other interesting piece here is on the left we've created a collection that's dynamic, denim dreams. Again, we don't have that in the dam, created on the content. I look at it and it's like, okay, there's quite a lot of clothes, not quite the look, but I see there's choose an effortless look. This was from a previous campaign, I remember that. And what's interesting is now we're doing some OCR recognition. So we have choose an effortless look here. This has been placed in the AI caption, and also premium denim best choice. We can see that's up here. So we're now starting to recognize via OCR, puts it in the caption and helps us find content. So I'm now thinking, oh, actually, I remember some campaigns from last year. So let's have a look at some campaigns, look at Street Fruit, and there's the Urban Pulse campaign. That was pretty cool. Yep, looks like that ran last January. We've done an AI summary of the creative brief. That has presented content that's related to that creative brief and relevant to that creative brief. And now I'm getting a bit more inspiration, and I see contemplative women. This is pretty interesting. Let's look at that category, and we can see some pretty inspiring content here. So actually, I'm now starting to think, let's do something that combines the urban culture with the high class, model and fashion industry of Paris. So let's put that in our bookmark that and put that in our collection. So now I'm done. I've got a handful of bits of content. You can see they're bookmarked. I now download this, and the interesting bit about Tenevos Glass is actually we don't move content. So we go to the originating systems, we fetch the high res, and then those can be downloaded or delivered. So that's an interesting way of collecting content, inspiring content quickly. Just to summarize, I was in a stressful situation of having to pull together a campaign and content to drive a campaign for next year's OnDam. So the frustration and worry about trying to find content in two different repositories, the DAM and the box repository, was causing a bit of stress. Just by layering Glass on top of those two repositories, I managed to very easily navigate around the system, find similar content, find inspirational content, collect all of that together, and enable me to ensure that it was easy to get the content ready for next year's campaign collection, and then download that content ready for our agencies to work on it and collaborate. So very, very quick, very, very easy to use, and delighted. Get some more information is go to tenevos.com/glass. You can see more information on Tenevos and book a demo there.